Now, the German leader lost a crucial vote over the weekend. Her party is due to have the same fate next weekend. Similar populist rages are building in Portugal and Italy and France. And some are calling it a Donald Trumpian rage, that the world is going the way of let's protect our borders, something that has been a cornerstone of former UK Independence Party leader Nigel Farage, who joins us right now. Nigel, good to have you.
Good to be here and welcome back.
And thank you for your very kind note, Nigel. I appreciate that. Let me ask you about what's going on here, because there's something in the global well, not just in the United States, but you've astutely picked up on this trend years ago, whether people agree or disagree with you. But I think the Merkel pounding jeopardizes her very leadership, and for that matter, the German leadership of Europe. What's going on?
Well, let's get a sense of context here. I mean, there's been opposition growing over the course of the last few years to the whole direction that global politics, global corporate politics has been going in. And what Brexit has done is to give inspiration to absolutely everybody who believes in nation-state democracy, controlling their borders and putting the interests of their own people first. And I see, you know, a big parallel with what's happening in Germany with Brexit, but equally, you know, I was over a couple of weeks ago in Jacksonville, Mississippi. You know, I was at that Trump rally, and I met those people afterwards, and those people in Mississippi felt exactly the same as the people who voted for Brexit and the people who came out and gave Angela Merkel such a bloody nose at the weekend. You know, what we're asking for is portrayed by the international media elites and business elites and political elites as if we're bad people advocating something extreme and dangerous. We're not. We're asking for normality, and normal countries control their borders and look after their citizens.
That does seem to be the trend, but it does invite the wrath of the United Nations. The human rights chief recently slamming you and Donald Trump for using what they've been calling ISIS-style propaganda. What do you make of that?
Well, do you know what, Neil? I've been called many things over the years. A lot of them I wouldn't want my mum to hear. But no one's ever compared me to ISIS. And it shows the level of desperation these over-bloated, paid international bodies are sinking to. They see Brexit as the first brick in the wall. They will now do anything to stop Donald Trump. And remember, they try to stop Brexit by using Project Fear. They're now going to use the same tactics against Trump in this campaign.
Real quickly, the polls in Germany over the weekend did not look like Merkel's party would lose by the magnitude it did, much as the Brexit polls were very different than the final results. I suspect people, when they're polled on a subject, do what they think is politically correct or say what they think is politically correct and vote otherwise. And I'm wondering if that is a trend we see happening again and again in Europe, and I suspect maybe in the United States.
Well, you're right. Firstly, people sometimes are reluctant to tell pollsters how they will really vote. But here's the other point. The polling industry is now virtually bankrupt because what they can't measure are non-voters who get back engaged with the process. 2.5 million people turned out on the 23rd of June, helped us have our Independence Day and win that Brexit referendum. No one thought it would happen. The bookmakers, you know, the experts, the commentariat, the pollsters. And I just have this feeling in my water that what has happened in the last fortnight in the USA is that the Trump campaign now has the big M. It's got momentum behind it. And I met those people in Jacksonville after the rally. Many of them had never voted in their lives. And I would say to the commentators in America and globally, and our friends who've abused me today at the United Nations, you're in, I think now, for a very big shock.
It's already evidencing itself in one part of the world, and 4 other countries that are looking at the same type of regional elections that could change the face of Europe. Nigel, thank you very, very much.